start the recording. All right. So I am Ashley Boyd. This is my husband, Jason. He's looking over his notes. He's not ignoring me. But I'm really excited about this, and I'm excited about the opportunity to share about Young Living and what it's been in our lives. Jason's really going to go in depth and talk about that, but we're Platinums with Young Living. We've been doing this we've been using the products for about 4.5 years, and we've been doing the business for about 4 years, 3.5, 4 years. So anyways, this is our 4th year in our 4-year career. If any of you have read that book, it's a great one. You should, by Richard Westbrook. But it has been a huge blessing to our lives. And so we're excited about just sharing this opportunity with you all. Just to give you some ideas, we're going to give a really brief just overview of Young Living, what it is, how people earn money doing this, how does it work, what do you have to do to grow a business, and then some success stories, because I know for me, when I've done network marketing things before, there were always these people way out there that made money doing it, but I didn't know them and I didn't ever really hear much from them. So we want to just give you a few different success stories so that you know that there are people, real people like you out there that are doing this and doing it successfully. So with that, I'm going to introduce you to Shanna, who is a silver leader on our team. And Shanna, this is a funny story, so I have to say this. Shanna actually is the reason why I started my business because she asked me to teach a class. I didn't have anybody on my team. I was just using the products, and she said, hey, you should come out here to East Texas and teach a class. And I was like, well, I don't know enough to teach a class. She's like, we don't know anything, and you've been using them, so just bring what you have and share. So I've got some friends that are interested. So I just sat in her living room and passed around bottles of oil and said, this is how we've used lavender, and here's peppermint, and here's how we used it. And that was it. And I put lavender on her baby, and he conked out and would not wake up after not napping all day. And so she was my first sign up. So I tell her all the time that she is the thing. She's the person. I don't want to say you're not a thing, but she's the person that got this all started. And so I think it's only fitting that she gets to share her success story tonight with you all. Go ahead, Shanna.
Yeah. So I'm Shanna. Shanna Garcia. I should probably say my full name. I am a stay-at-home mom. I've got 5 kids. My oldest is 8. My youngest is almost 6 months. And like Ashley said, I've been using the products for about 4 years. I just sent Ashley a Facebook message one day, and I was like, can you come tell me what you're doing? Because it sounds really cool. And she did, and that just kind of got us started. I am married to my high school sweetheart. His name is Robert, and he is a sheriff's deputy here in Smith County. When I first started with Young Living, though, we were living in Maybank, Texas, which is tiny, itty-bitty town. And he was on the police department there. And they just really didn't pay a whole lot. So we were actually living below the poverty line, which is crazy to think about. But we were, and things were really, really tight. Life was not terrible, but it was hard. And so, but I'd had an interesting experience with another network marketing company. And so when I signed up, I did it so that I could purchase oils at wholesale cost and pass on that discount to other people, because I couldn't afford them at retail. And so I just kind of figured no one else could either. And it was a stipulation for ordering my kit. It was like, as long as this is not a business, I'll do it, which I laugh about now. But anyway, so basically I taught a class because Ashley couldn't keep coming to East Texas. She's got a life. And I taught one class, and then I taught another class, but it was all just because she couldn't come and I was using the oils. So it wasn't really there was no real purpose behind it other than sharing information. And then in April of 2013, someone signed up under me after I told them not to. And I earned the Fast Start bonus. And I was like, oh, well, that was pretty cool. And so then the next month I got another check, and then I got another check. And finally Ashley was like, Shanna, I think you have a business. And so I finally admitted in the fall of 2013 that I did indeed have a business, and things became very intentional at that point. I didn't really change much of what I was doing, but the purpose behind what I was doing had changed. I remember the first business class that Ashley ever taught in our area, and she looked at, I get emotional because she looked at me with tears in her eyes, and she was like, I want to help Shanna get her husband into full-time ministry. And that was it. That was it right there. I had my why. I had my purpose. I needed to get my husband off the street and into ministry. And so that's really been like our big why. That's what keeps me going. So after I finally admitted that I had a business, I started to check things off of my list of 25 things. The kids needed a pair of shoes, and I actually was able to go and get them without having to plan special. And so I started checking those kinds of things off of our list. We ended up moving to Tyler, Texas, which is, deep East Texas. I thought Maybank was East Texas, but Tyler is East Texas. And so my husband switched jobs. He now works for Smith County Sheriff Department. And once I hit probably the executive level, my commission paid for my oils completely, and then some. And so I went from about $100 a month at the senior star level, and then I started getting an executive paycheck, and that was like transformative for our family. Not only was I paying for my oils, I was paying for our rent. And then after we moved, I had just hit silver. I remember the night Ashley called me and she was like, "You're going to hit silver. You're going to hit silver." And we had moving boxes everywhere. And I was like, "Oh, crap. This just got big." And the next month, sure enough, my oils was more than enough to pay for not only our rent, but our utilities as well, in a new town with higher rent and a higher cost of living. And so, and now, like I said, our oils, and I say our oils pay for our stuff because that's what it is. Like I'm just purchasing the products. I'm sharing with my friends and having a really great time doing it. And I've got my rent, our utilities. I make about half of what my husband makes now. And so basically he works 40 hours a week. I work about 10 to 15. And I'm still making half of what he makes. So I get paid more per hour. So I just, have to throw that in there. And I'm working from home. I've got my kids. I normally sit right here at my computer when I'm working, and I've got my baby on my hip, or I've got, Joshua likes to climb up in the chair behind me and mess with my hair or my computer. And so it's all it's what I do every day, and I don't have to change much. And so basically what my business has looked like over the last 3 or so years, it started out with just sharing. That's all I was doing. I was using the oils and then telling people how I was using them. And then it kind of transformed into intentionally teaching classes, and intentionally sharing the products with people, and answering questions about the products. And then around the executive level is where things kind of have to shift, and you have to change your mindset from just sharing to actually leading. And so now I lead a team of leaders, which is awesome. It's like the best thing ever. I have this group of people who I absolutely adore, and we're all doing the same thing together. It's like we're in this great rowboat and we're just rowing away, and everybody's on the same level. We're creating a culture of encouragement and sharing, and then friendship too. I mean, that's one of the biggest things. Ashley and I didn't really know each other very well until I started with Young Living, and now I consider her one of my dearest friends. So basically what Young Living has enabled us to do is we went from a place where everything was tight, life was difficult, to now we have some breathing room. And like just last week, our van, the air conditioning went out on the van, and we were able to look at our finances and say, okay, yeah, we can afford to do this. We no longer have to choose between car repairs and the electric bill. And that is massive for our family, especially when you have 5 kids. I mean, you know, those suckers are expensive. And so what's coming up next for us, I'm planning to work toward gold. I would really like to be gold really soon would be great. By convention for sure. Still looking to get hubby out of law enforcement, or at least in a different position in law enforcement, and then ultimately into full-time ministry. And then at that point, we'll try to see what our kingdom purpose for Young Living is. So I guess the biggest thing is that I'm just a normal person. I'm not some kind of, I don't know. There's nothing really like, I mean, yes, everybody's special, but there's nothing like, you know, majorly special about me. I'm a mom with 5 children, and I stay at home and take care of them. Other than that, I'm just me. And the biggest thing about network marketing is that you can't fail. I learned this from Alana Bookout this morning. You don't fail at network marketing. You quit. And so I'm committed. 4-year career, I am going into year 3. And I made a commitment 3 years ago that I would stick with it for 4 years and see what happens. And I can already tell you that I'm going to go well beyond 4 years, because this has been amazing for me, for my confidence, for our finances, for our family, for our health, in every way. This has been the greatest thing I've ever done. So that's pretty much it. I love you. That's about it.
We love you too. And you guys, if you ever want to see somebody that handles social media really well, because follow Shanna or friend her on Facebook. You're going to get all kinds of, you did, last time I said this, you got lots of friend requests too. So, but she's really great at sharing just how she uses the products in her daily life. It's not some crazy graphic. It's not I mean, sometimes it's graphics with, you know, but it's really simple. It's just, here's how I'm using these products today. And it doesn't, you know, take over her Facebook. She still posts way more about her beautiful kids and family. And so it's just these little tidbits, these little nuggets of, this is how Young Living is enhancing my life today. And with a real, genuine, personal connection to it. And it's so great. And it's so great to see that. And it's been amazing to see Shanna step up as a leader, a leader of leaders, you know, in the last few months, and be able to take time off. She's had 2 children in this process to be able to take time off to focus where she needed to with her family, and then come and step back in. And so that's been awesome. And I know it's been a huge blessing. And so we love you, Shanna. You're a blessing to us. Robert graduated with us, so that's how we all know each other. We're from that same tiny little town.
Robbie the regulator.
Yeah, Jason was my, dang it, I just lost the word. What was drum major when I was in band.
1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go.
So Jason is also my high school sweetheart. And I'm going to let him tell you guys about the business and introduce you to Young Living as a business. And the reason why I like to let Jason tell you guys this is because he was the skeptic. He's the one that was like, you're not going to do this as a business, right? And no, I just want to order the products. And that was that was the whole thing. So I'm going to let him take it away from here. Mm-hmm. And
yeah, it's the Young Living opportunity, right?
Young Living
Not the business, it's the opportunity.
Right. It's the opportunity.
I think I don't know, can they see that?
They can't see it right now.
Okay.
We're going to share our screen with you guys. So are you ready for that?
Yeah, go ahead. I got my fancy presentation here.
It's very fancy.
Yes, look how fancy that is.
I'm going to play it.
Don't play it because you just switch screens, because I don't know if it's going to auto go to the next one or not.
Well, we can stop it.
Okay, anyways, moving along. So like Ashley said, Platinum Leaders with the Young Living business. Yeah, it's been a crazy, wild ride. Just to give a little bit of background info on the company, they are a 20-year-old company. Oh wait, nope, I missed my quote. Sorry. So there's a Big Al quote, who is like this big marketing guru, and it's really kind of simple, but I don't know, insightful. Most people do network marketing every day, but they just don't get paid for it. And if you think about that, it's really true. If you try out a new restaurant in your town and you talk to somebody, hey, have you tried this new place? Or hey, have you tried that? Or there's this new product that I got, or there's this new, computer, or whatever. That's network marketing. That's really what it is. And it's most people do it all the time. You probably do it all the time. And but you're just not getting paid for it. And that's exactly what Young Living is. Just like Shanna said, it's just sharing. We're not trying to sell anything. Ashley doesn't show us that. I'm not selling you anything. It's just sharing the passion that we have for these products that have changed our lives. We just want to share that with you. Young Living is a 20-year-old company, which is always nice to know. Make sure they're going to be around. They've been around for a long time. They're going to be around for a long time. They are the world leader in essential oils. There are other companies out there, but nothing compares to the quality that Young Living has. They're very exact in how they go about things, and they're very much all about the product, which I really find refreshing, I guess. But they sell more than just the oils. They have, natural health. They've got the toxic-free, or the chemical-free home. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, feel free to jump in and help me out.
Okay.
They've got protein powder, supplements, skincare. They got the shampoo, laundry. They got laundry detergent.
They do have laundry
detergent. They got the new dishwasher detergent now. So they've got a whole array of products that can help you bring your home from toxic to non-toxic, just to increase that wellness in your home. Like I said, they are the world leader. They're who everyone looks to when it comes to to oils. Gary Young, who obviously that's Young Living, he engineered the modern distilling process. I mean, if you ever hear this guy talk about oils, I mean, he's you can see how passionate he is. He can make something sound that's, relatively boring. Just like he just talks about it with the passion that this guy cares about his oils. He cares about distilling them and the process. And that's another thing. You talk about seed distilling process. Young Living's the only company that has control over their product from the time it's planted into the ground in their own farms to when it's distilled and bottled in their own distilleries. So Young Living's the only company that can claim that. Their zeal for quality is unsurpassed. They've seen unprecedented growth in the last couple of years. I took this picture last year at last convention that shows 2014 to 2015 the growth they had. I don't know if you got a picture from this past year, but I know that they've seen just crazy growth. I think Ashley said that they had close to how many thousands of people were at convention?
There are 20 to 22,000 people at convention
compared to last year, which was around 10,000 or so. So just double the number of people who even went to convention, which is pretty crazy. Let's see. What was I talking about? Yep. So how is Young Living different than other network marketing companies? Like I said before, they're product driven. They're not all about the sell. They're about the product. They want to get these products in people's homes because they know, like we've discovered, Shanna's discovered, all these people on the call have discovered that they really do change your life. They speak for themselves. I mean, if you just use, a bottle of oil for something, you're going to realize that, hey, this isn't just some, what do they call it? The Indian
snake oil.
Snake oil. Thank you. Yeah, that's not just some snake oil that you're just trying to push on some people. Also, this is not direct sales. I cannot sell. I'm not a salesman. I'm terrible at trying to sell something. I'm like, you want this? No. Okay, bye. That's me. But Young Living, it's, hey, try this. This is what this has done for me. This is what this has done for our family. Why don't you go ahead and give this a try? You try it for yourself and see what you think. And of course, time and time again, people realize, hey, these things do work. And we can use this in our home. Like I said before, Young Living has a focus on producing the highest quality products as possible. So it's not direct sales like I mentioned before, and so that means there's residual income in how this company or how this network marketing company works, which we'll get into a little bit later. But the bottom line is basically you work one time for something and it continues to earn money time over time. That's how residual income works. So Ashley signs up Shanna or Candy or whoever, and they continue their own business. And Ashley, even though she's already signed them up once, she continues to earn commission off of their sales, and the same for Shanna and Candy and whoever else is underneath. It just continues to grow and grow. And that's, basically how it works. Young Living or residual income is the way we like to look at it is it's not a lot of, let me read my notes, make sure I don't mess this up. Young Living is a ton of people doing a little bit of each, a little bit each together. Sorry. So it's not one person trying to make, $1,000 in sales. It's 10 people trying to make $100 in sales. So it just eases that pressure off of you. Not that you're trying to, push and push and push to get the sales. You're just saying, hey, here's the product. Here's what I've learned. They try it. They like it. They sign up, at $100 or whatever. Let me move on. It's easy to sign up for the wholesale membership without actually doing the business. This is a kind of a nice little perk as well, because like even Ashley and Shannon talked about, they signed up just to get the discount. They weren't looking to do this as a business. They were just looking to get the discount because they like the products. And you can, if that's what you're into, you can sign up and just get the 24% discount, I think it is, and just use the products. And then before you know it, you're going to have a business. It's happened before.
It has.
So just to clarify, so if your job isn't sell, what is your job in Young Living? Well, Ashley will always say our job is to educate and to guide people, to a healthier lifestyle, using Young Living products. It's not, hey, buy this with a little, I always like to picture the guy with the overcoat and he's opening his sleeves. He got watches up his sleeves or whatever. It's like, hey, you want some of this? But that's not how it is. It's just educating. It's guiding people. It's doing classes like this, classes in your home, just sharing the products, letting people pass oils around, smell them, use them, whatever. Last point on the slide you see here is they're a purpose-driven company. Young Living has farms all over the world. And in all of those communities where they have farms, they give back to the community. They've got schools around the world. They've got a school in Ecuador, a school in Uganda. There's a Young Living Foundation that, provides help all across the world. 100% of the proceeds that are given to Young Living Foundation are used for the foundation. All the admin costs of the foundation are paid for by Young Living. So that's another cool thing. Also, like at convention, they'll recognize distributors who are making a difference. They recognize, people who move up in ranks. It's just a really neat company. It's not, I've only been exposed to other network marketing companies, not on a large scale. But just what I've seen from Young Living, it's different than, at least that I've seen from other network marketing companies. Good money. This is a quote from Gary Young. He says, "Good money in the hands of good people is the fastest way to change the world." And that's a very interesting quote, I find. Just so how traditional sales work, just a quick little slide. You have the factory who produces it, who sells it to the distributor, who gives it to the wholesaler, who goes to the retailer, and then finally to the consumer. And at each little stop, more money and more money and more money is taken out. But once you get to that retailer, they're going to jack the price back up to recoup the cost that they paid to get it from the previous person. And so the consumer is going to end up paying a jacked up cost. Whereas when you talk about Young Living is actually paying you to cut out that middleman. So instead of from factory to wholesaler, et cetera, it goes straight from Young Living directly to you. And then to the consumer, hopefully that consumer is their own distributor. They can sign up themselves, order themselves. It's just cuts out the middleman, and that's basically what you're being paid to do. And so, yeah, I had this example. Somebody asked me, a guy at our church who's very businesslike, and he's Candy, you'll know Deke, and Dana, you'll know Deke. And he asked me a couple of years ago, he said, why wouldn't Young Living just take their oils, put them in a store, and sell them there instead of just doing it as a network marketing? Doesn't that make more sense? I'm like, well, I don't know. Let me ask Ashley, and I'll get back to you. So I asked Ashley. She got a great response. And basically, if you just put a bottle of lavender oil from Young Living, which is maybe what, $20 or something like that?
23 at wholesale.
$23 wholesale. Put it on the store shelf next to another bottle of lavender from some unknown company who got their oil, which is probably 50% water, who knows, whatever, who maybe sells it at $5 or something, or $10, we'll say. well, obviously a consumer who doesn't really know is going to say, okay, well, this one's 10, this one's 23. I'm going to go with the $10 one. Well, who's going to explain to that customer the value of the Young Living quality, the seed to seal, all of the value and the quality that's behind that Young Living oil? A person working at that store making, minimum wage or maybe a little bit higher isn't going to know or take the time to explain to that consumer the difference in the oils. So Young Living knows the quality of products that they have, and they're putting it in the hands of people who believe in it and use them every day to explain or to share or to network, their products to other people. And, it makes sense. Okay, what else do I have? Oh, yes. So that's the boring part. Now we're getting to the more fun part, where this is just the opportunity that Young Living, that we've seen through Young Living, the opportunity that's being presented to you via Young Living. I always say opportunity because, and I'll explain this at the end, but God always gives us different opportunities in our lives to make a difference in His kingdom. We say all the time, Young Living is not our purpose. It's just a tool, that God has given us to put our purpose or put God's purpose. What am I trying to say? To fulfill the kingdom purpose, I think. Yes. Thank you. Good. But anyways, so you can see the different ranks. I hope that's clear. I hope it's not too small. I hope you can read it okay. If not, give me a thumbs down.
Yeah.
No, good. Okay. I'm just going to start at the top. So you have just somebody who's a member. They're basically just ordering their products. They're not really sharing or doing anything like that. There's not really much of an income with that. I'm going to jump down to the next one, which is Star, which is basically the first level, I say. That's where members are where most of the company is. So even if you move up to Star, you're already in the top 5% of members associated with Young Living. And when you're at the Star level, you're ordering, or you or your organization is ordering about $500 a month. When I say your organization, that's you and anybody who's directly under you. Let's say you have 5 people under you. Those 5 people have 2 or 3 people under them. All those people roll up to you, and that's your organization. So at $500 a month, you're getting, the average income is about 50 to 79. Yeah, I see. Thank you. $79 a month. You're already starting to pay for your oils. Next, you move up to Senior Star. That average monthly income, you can see, jumps up to $225 a month. I mean, at that point, you're paying for your oils and more. You're maybe putting extra towards a car payment or towards your utility bills or something like that. Executive, that average monthly income jumps up to $549 a month. And when you're an executive, you've got an organization that orders in total about $4,000 a month. You've got 2 legs, which leg is somebody under you. Make sure I explained it correctly, actually.
Yes.
Somebody under you and then another person under you. Those are 2 legs, right?
Yes. So their team, their organization. So Shanna will be a leg under me, her team, everybody under her. That counts as one organization, 1 leg under us. And so your legs for executive you have to have 2 legs at 1,000.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yes, you did say that.
Yeah, so you're already beginning to train other leaders or other people on your team to grow in their business and to continue to develop. And you're starting to build that residual income we talked about earlier. Then you move up to Silver. You can see the average Silver price. These are averages. The average Silver check, $2,221. These are based off of 2013 U.S. disclosure income. You can see. And
2015. Sorry.
That's what I said. 2015.
Okay.
Didn't I? I'm pretty sure I did.
We're not hiding our how we communicate to one another as a married couple at all here on this.
That's fine. We're real. We're being real.
We're being real.
So at Silver, your organization is ordering 10,000 or more a month. You got 2 legs at 4,000. You're starting to build those executive legs. You're becoming a more of a part-time job, or even more a part-time job. Ashley actually was able to quit her full-time teaching job at this level when she hit Silver. When was that? It was 2013, I think. Mm-hmm. I've got it somewhere. And then, so I always like to stop at this point and just give some reassurance, because when I see numbers like 10,000 a month and 4,000 a month for 2 legs and things like that, I get a little overwhelmed pretty quick, because those are big numbers to me. And it's a little overwhelming for me to think, oh my gosh, I have to, go out and have, around 10,000 in sales to hit this amount. But just like we were talking about earlier, Ashley reminds me all the time, it's not just me or us doing the work, it's our whole team doing the work. It's our whole team, growing together, getting a community of people with a like-minded attitude and just going after it. And like I said, if you have a whole lot of people doing just a little bit of work, those hundreds and 50s and 200s and things like that build up, pretty quick over time. And before you know it, you're at that level and you're already making a part-time income or more, which is pretty awesome. The way we like to break it down is, if you have 200 people on your team with an average of about $50 a month, which, not everybody on your team is going to be ordering every month, but let's just say it's an average $50 order per month. I mean, that's 10,000 right there. But then you think, okay, 200 people, I don't know who 200 people that are going to sign up for, Young Living. But again, that's where network marketing comes in. You may only sign up 10 people or 5 or 15 people. I mean, actually, how many people have you probably signed up personally?
About in 4 years, about 60.
Yeah, in 4 years, which the percentage of your total.
Oh yeah. But we have 4,300 people on our team,
yeah,
so that's a very small percentage.
Exactly. That's my point. It's a network. It just grows from you and it grows out to other people. Let's see. So what am I talking about? Oh yes, I like to talk about the 4x4. So if you have 4 people. And those 4 people go and sign up 4 people. There's 16 plus the original 4. Those 16 go out and sign up 4 people themselves, and that's 64, and it grows. Those 64 do 256, and before you know it, that's 340 people on your team in just maybe a few short months. Also, when you get to the silver, you start getting retreats. All expenses paid for retreats from Young Living. They usually take you to the farms or someplace pretty cool like that. Mm-hmm. Next, just moving along in the ranks, you have gold. That's an average monthly income of a little over $6,000. I mean, that's definitely a full-time income right there. And again, these are just averages, so it could be more than that, it could be less than that. But I mean, that's making full-time income, staying at home, working around 20, maybe 25 hours a week. Again, you get an all expenses paid trip. But you're really at goal, you're really finding those leaders deep down. You're really starting to pour into them and grow them to help them find their why, help them find their purpose in Young Living and what they want to do, and helping them grow their business to get where you are. Because that's what it's all about, is duplication. It's getting other people. It's not people say, oh yeah, here, another pyramid scheme. Well, in the pyramid scheme, the people at the top stay at the top. That's not how this works. We want everybody to grow up with us, because that helps us. You helping us helps you, helps us, helps you, helps us, helps you, I think, something like that. Next, you have the platinum level. That's the rank that Ashley and I have made it to, mostly Ashley, honestly. I just like to throw my name in there a little bit. But I mean, you have an average monthly income for around $14,000 or so. This is an organization that's ordering about $100,000 a month or more. You have 4 legs at $8,000. There's a platinum retreat. Ashley went on that this past year, which is an all expenses paid trip. It was to Ecuador this past year. It changes, so it might not be Ecuador every year, but for now it's Ecuador. I mean, this is the possible opportunity for both spouses to possibly be at home. And I'm still working a full-time job because I like my job. I'm working from home all the time, full-time now, which is pretty awesome. But, as we continue to grow, there's going to be more opportunity for us. And God willing, I'll be able to come home, in a year or so. We'll see. So let's see. Just a little bit of background on us. We hit platinum in November 2014, and it's been a huge difference in our family. And just a quick story, October 2014, or was September 2014. I was going to be losing my job because I was working for a company that was based out of Austin, but there was a remote campus up in the DFW area where I work, but they were going through some hard times, so they were going to close that office down and move everything back to Austin, and we weren't moving. We wanted to stay up here. And so I'm like, okay, well, they told us we had about, a month and a half, and we'll be out of a job. So I came home, I told Ashley what was going on. We took a look at our budget, and with the income that Young Living was providing, I mean, we were going to be okay. If I didn't find a job right away, which, thank God I did, but if I didn't, we were going to be okay. We weren't going to be struggling to pay bills. I mean, we weren't going to be, putting back, saving a lot of money or doing crazy vacations or anything. But I mean, we were going to make it financially. We were going to be okay, which was really comforting and reassuring. We've been able to give more to our church, give more to missionaries and others in need, which has been a fun thing to do. Ashley always says she wants to be a professional check writer, which is fun.
And not for things, but to people and organizations. That's
yeah.
Well, that's what I always mean.
Thanks
I feel like I have to clarify.
That's fun. We were able to build a house in a nice community with a great school. We've just been able to walk. This past year, they were in the school for the first time. It was the first year the school was open. We walked them down to school. We walked them back home from school. It's been pretty amazing. We've been paying off debt. It's been really providing everything we really wanted for our family. So it's been awesome. That's what I have to say. Ashley, anything to provide input on that?
No, I think you covered it all.
Great. What are you pointing at?
So what's next?
I'm going.
I know.
I had to take a drink.
He needed me to cover for him while he took a drink. So I'm sorry. I failed to cover for you.
Next, the next step you can see there is Diamond. I mean, average income. I'm just going to go through these pretty quick. $38,750. And again, I know these numbers are big, but it's the power of network marketing. As it continues to grow, these numbers, you'll hit them. And you're like, how did I do that? And you're like, God did it, and I don't know. Diamond, $250,000 a month. We're working towards this. Ashley's got a goal for this. We're praying. We're pushing. We're really praying to hit this very soon. That's five leg. Ordering $250,000 a month. That's 5 legs of at least $15,000. There's a Diamond retreat with that. I think last year it was France. Maybe this year
last year it was Hawaii, and this year.
Well, 2 years ago. Oh.
Last year it was Hawaii.
Hawaii. Okay.
2 years ago it was France.
Yeah.
And this year it is Australia.
Oh, Austria. Good day, Mike. Sorry, no offense if anybody's Australian. Cool. And at this point, you're really trying to find that greater purpose in life. I mean, all your physical needs are being met, with the income. So you're past that. At this point, you're looking, what can I do to further God's kingdom? What can I do? What's my purpose in God's kingdom to use what he's given me to further his goal and God's agenda? That's what you're really starting to think about at this time. Next thing is Crown Diamond. What's the average monthly income? 700. And again, these are monthly. Average monthly income, $74,335. It's getting pretty crazy up there. You've got a self-sufficient business your organization is ordering $750,000 a month. 6 legs at $20,000 a month. You're really training leaders who are training leaders who are training leaders. I mean, your organization is pretty deep at this point. Last is the Royal Crown Diamond. Average monthly income, $141,000, a little bit over. That's your organization ordering $1.5 million. Again, these numbers are big, but with the power of networking, it's achievable, which is what I've seen, which is what Ashley has had to convince me of. But I'm starting to finally believe, hey, this is achievable. So anyways, I just want to point out, like I said, the opportunity that Young Living has given to us. We just want to share that opportunity with others because we've seen the differences made in our lives. It's not complicated. We're living proof that we're not all the way at the top. God willing, we're working to get there if God wills. But we're not going to stop using the products, that's for sure, because it's not about the income. It's about the products because of the difference they made in our life. Like I said before, it's not selling. This isn't, hey, you want some watches and you lift up your sleeve or something crazy like that. It's just, here's some products that have really helped us. Give them a try. Let me know what you think. It's not complicated. And you're not left to do this on your own. We've got a great community. And with the invention of social media, Facebook, the community for oily people, I guess that's what you call yourselves.
Yeah.
It's just.
Yourself. He uses oils too.
I do.
He really
it's fine. We call ourselves. It's it's a massive community, and there's so much support from everybody. I mean, you ask a question on the Facebook group, it's answered probably within a few minutes. I mean, people are willing to help out. They're there to help out. They're not trying to step on you to get ahead. It's all of us. We grow together. We get ahead together. It's a great, awesome community, and it's really fun to see. The last couple things I just want to point out is it's not a marathon. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon. It is a marathon. I said it's not a marathon. It is a marathon. It's not a sprint is what I meant to say. It's not a get rich quick scheme. It's about consistency and staying with it.
I love you. You're doing great.
Thanks. So that's what I wanted. There's this really crazy, and I didn't believe when Ashley first told me, but she told me, and I've done the math to prove it. If you double a penny every day, in 30 days you have, and I had to write it down, $5,368,709.12. That's doubling a penny every day. So you got 1 penny, 2 pennies, 4 pennies, 8 pennies, 16 pennies, et cetera, et cetera. In 30 days, you have over $5 million. So that's just the consistency. That's just sticking with it. And that just shows how, the networking and staying with it can grow that. The crazy thing, though, is it grows exponentially. So at first, it doesn't seem like a whole lot. After a few days, you still got, a couple of bucks. After 15 days, you only have $163. But after 30 days, it grows from that 100, or after 15 more days, it grows from the 163 to over 5 million, which shows you, if you saw in the Young Living, the income disclosure, just how it grows exponentially as you continue to move up in ranks. Okay, last thing, and I'm done, I promise. So I just like to touch on the opportunity, and I just like to tell you our why in the opportunity. And to do that, I always look at the parable of the talents, and that's Matthew 25. I'm just going to, let me move to my Bible app real quick. Hold, please. I had it pulled up. So Matthew 25, starting in verse 14, it talks about the parable of the talents, which is just a quick overview if you're not familiar. This is a story Jesus is telling a story that Jesus is telling, and it's describing, how the kingdom of heaven is like, and it talks about a master and 3 servants. And in the story, God is the master, and the 3 servants are all of us, a different depiction of us. And the master's going away for a while, and he gives each servant a different size of talents, or I like to say opportunities. And Jesus tells us what each of the servants did with the opportunity that the master gave them. So the first, who was given, I think, 5 talents, went and he doubled his talents. He had a total of 10. The second was given 2 bags. He went and earned 2 more. He doubled his and brought back 4. But the third, and this is who I kind of look at, the Bible says he dug a hole and put his talent, his opportunity in the ground and didn't do anything with it. So when the master came back, he rewarded these people who did something with the opportunity, but he actually chastised and punished somebody who did nothing with the opportunity. And I'm just going to pick up on that here, starting in verse 24. It says when the master comes back and the servant is explaining what he did, why he didn't do anything with the opportunity or with the talent that the master gave him. He said, "Master, I knew you were a harsh man, harvesting crops you didn't plant, gathering crops you didn't cultivate." That sounds like network marketing to me. "I was afraid I would lose your money, so I hid it in the earth. Look, here's your money back." But the master replied, and this is such a, harsh reply. "You wicked and lazy servant. If you knew I harvested crops I didn't plant and gathered crops I didn't cultivate, why didn't you deposit my money in the bank? At least I could have got some interest on it." And then the master ordered, "Take the money from this servant and give it to the other one with 10 bags of silver. To those who," this is the key verse, I think, "to those who use well what they are given, even more will be given, and they will have an abundance. But from those who do nothing, even what little they have will be taken away." So the man didn't do anything with his opportunity. And I don't want God, hopefully when the rapture comes or I die, whatever, and I face God, I don't want to say, "Okay, I buried your opportunity in the sand. I did nothing with it." Yeah, it's a great income, but it's not all for us. This is mainly, the main purpose is to grow and further God's kingdom. And I'm starting to ramble on here, but you can see God, the bottom line is God gives opportunities. Young Living has been for us the opportunities God has given to us. So it may be the opportunity he's given to you. I know it is for a lot of the other people on the call. It's been really amazing seeing the change in our family, the change that we've seen in the people working this business with us. It's been awesome. That's all I got. Thanks. Bye.
All right. Well, we're not leaving. Don't leave yet.
Don't hang up.
Don't hang up.
I'm done.
He's done.
Thanks.
So he's taking a deep breath now.
Yes.
And water. You like to hear how many times he said, I didn't believe her, so I had to add it up, or I didn't believe her, so she had to prove it to me. I just want you guys to hear that, because sometimes if you have, and he wasn't critical or unsupportive. He was always supportive in his own way, but he was doubting. He doubted the ability of this business to be what it is. And I think that a lot of you could probably relate to that. You or your spouses, that you come into this and you go, I don't really know if this can be that for me. Well, I'm here to tell you it can be, and just put everything behind it. If you put everything behind it, you can totally do this, because my degree is in theater, not nutrition or natural health or anything like that. I can talk a lot to a lot of people, but that's pretty much the only ability that I have. And so, but really, I'm just a mom too that started sharing and has enjoyed sharing along the way, and enjoyed learning how to build leaders and cultivate leaders. And so I do want to share really quick some exciting things that are going on our team right now, and some of the things that we've put in place to really support you guys. Why now is a really great time to dive in, jump into this business. The first thing is this call will be recorded, and we're going to share it so that you guys can share it with others. So as you have people that are interested in the business, they can be members. Most of the people come into the business for the product. So very few come in with the business in mind. So we are assuming everybody listening already loves the product. And if you don't, that's the first thing I'm going to tell you to do, is get into the product and fall in love with the product, because it is really difficult to share a product that you don't love. So go and fall in love with the product. And those of you that do love the product, just start sharing. It is really simple. But we have this call that you can share with members on your team that may be considering the business, but maybe a little too shy to ask questions. And then Young Living is coming out with a video also that we will be able to share. And I think that's supposed to be out in August. So that will be something directly from the company, and having these two together is going to be really helpful, I think. The other thing is we're doing new member support in a different way. So we're really trying to encourage new members and support new people coming in. That way, if you're just getting started and you're pretty new to this yourself, you don't have to feel like you're carrying that burden of encouraging and educating new people all by yourself. So we have a new member Zoom, which is one of these that happens every month. It's going to be the first Monday of the month. If that is a holiday, then it will be the second Monday, or the Tuesday of the month, the first Tuesday of the month, the next day. And it's going to be just like this, and it's simply going to walk people through the virtual office, help them learn how to place orders and things like that, explain monthly promos, and just some of that stuff you don't really get a chance to go into in an intro class, or even a one-on-one where you're just talking about the kit. So just a better way to kind of come in and support new members. But also, we're working on continuing education classes. We have monthly continuing education classes that are happening here in North Texas. We're working on getting schedules of those in every location where we do have members, or at least getting them plugged in with a local group that does have monthly classes. So that's something that we're getting in place. We also have something called the duplication system. And this is something we didn't have when I got started. A lot of this is stuff we didn't have when I got started. But basically, it's just a simple step-by-step plan to show you how to actively grow this business in 5 to 6 hours a week. Because a lot of people come into this and maybe you're a full-time homeschooling mom, maybe you work a full-time job and you want to build a part-time job along that. Very few people come in and have 20, 30, 40 hours a week to devote to this. So we wanted to simplify that and show you how that consistency over time, like Jason said, if you double a penny every day for 30 days, you have over $5 million. But if you double a penny, say you're fishing from 2 boats, okay, so I'm going to just encourage you here that if you're in 2 network marketing companies, pick one and marry it and put all of your focus there. And if that's not Young Living, that's fine. But I'm telling you this as an encouragement to you. because you want to be successful and you cannot be successful in two different network marketing companies at the same time. So put all your eggs in one basket, pick the one that you cannot help but share, and go with it. But because if you were to split your efforts in each of those bank accounts, so you have a penny over here and a penny over here, and you're doubling each every other day, at the end of the 30 days, you have $160 in each account instead of $5 million in one. I mean, just think about that. And I know that that's an analogy, but still, it's that idea of when you have that consistent, continued effort, it makes an impact. And we're seeing that on our team. So we are super excited. We also have some really great contests. Young Living has some great contests for people that are doing the business, but we have a contest for our team. There's this really awesome thing called Beauty School. And it is like, most of the people that come into our team are women. So sorry, this one is geared towards women. A man can totally go to beauty school and love it. But if you're a man and you want to do this and you win beauty school, you can give it to your wife or your mom. So beauty school, or you can go and enjoy it, I guess. Beauty school is basically a spa weekend with Young Living products, where Young Living gives you a kit with everything that you need. It's in Utah. It's in this one is the Winter Wonderland one, so it's in December. So who wants to go to Utah like the first weekend in December, right? Oh, that's amazing. So we are doing an all expense paid trip for one person on our team, and you earn entries by ranking up. So every time you rank up, I think we counted the end of where you were at the end of May, up through the end of October. Every rank up, you get an entry. So for those of you that are just getting started as a distributor, as a start, is that Greg Garza?
Yes.
Okay. I know Greg Garza's on here. He is super stoked about beauty school. That's why I said send your wife or your mom. Just send Ashley, Greg, okay? So I knew that was him. So anyways, we do have a few men on our team, okay? Though technically Ashley's the one signed up, so we'd be sending her anyways. But anytime you rank up, so if you're just getting started and you're a distributor, then you have the most potential to gain entries, okay? Those that are at silver and executive are going, are you kidding? I might get one, okay? So we want to really encourage you guys to go for it. Go for star, go for senior star. Star is one of the easiest ranks to hit, because really one good event can help you hit star. A lot of people have seen that and experienced that. And so just work through that. And whatever you want this to be for you is what we want it to be for you. If you just want to share and you want to make enough to make your car payment and get your oils, we want to help you do that. If you want to go all the way to the top, we want to help you do that. So just make sure you communicate with us what it is you want, and I promise that we'll help you get there. So we're super excited. We also have monthly classes that we've been doing. We had a great one yesterday that was a full day thing where our leaders came together and shared, basically we brought you into our homes and showed you the mess and the chaos that's happening there, but also the Young Living products that we use in our homes on a daily basis. And so we're going to be doing events like that on Facebook once a month that are just cross-line, where you get to hear from a lot of different people that have been using the products for a while. And so that also makes it really easy to share and grow. So now is the best time to jump in and get started with Young Living. So we are super excited about that. I'm going to stop the recording right now. So bye to all of you that are listening to the recording. Thanks for listening.